Time to finally get some work done on this bike. I think I'm just gonna run through it, true the spokes, check the gears, bleed my brakes, check the bolts. I am gonna do a lower leg service, which is what I want to start with first, because I think it's gonna take me the longest and it's gonna be the most difficult. So I'd rather get the hard part out of the way and then deal with everything else later. So I didn't end up riding this weekend. I just had a bunch of errands to do. I'm not gonna ride locally this weekend either. We're gonna be camping up in Big Bear, and I think we're gonna hit up Snow Summit on Friday. So we're gonna ride Friday, and then we're gonna camp Friday night, come back Saturday morning, and then the following Monday, my wife and I are gonna be in Hawaii with my family, like my parents, my grandparents. I think we're gonna be in Maui, and you know me, I gotta get a ride in, so I have something planned out and mapped out. I just have to execute it and make it happen. So fingers crossed I can get a ride out there so that it doesn't fall. But life has been good, man. I can't complain. I'm not riding as much as I'd like, but I am doing a lot better financially. Not where I want to be, but doing better, which is all I can really ask for. I remember just like 6 months ago, I was the brokest I have ever been. And it's crazy because that feels like such a long time ago. But a lot can change in 6 months. Let me tell you, like, you just gotta keep your head down and do your thing. Things will get better. But I'm really excited for these trips. To mountain bike in Hawaii, that one's an exciting one for me. And then just going camping this weekend is also gonna be a sick time. I love camping. Gonna set up the truck like last time, get the sleeping platform installed, eat some good food, get some good laps. One of the best headsets I've ever ridden on a bike. Cane Creek. There we have it. Gotta get myself an oil pan. I don't know if it's just gonna spill over or how this is gonna go down, but oh yeah, there it is. I was trying to use a flathead screwdriver, but I wasn't having any luck. And then I was using a tire lever, also didn't have any luck. And this adjustable wrench seems to be doing the trick. A lot easier. Out with the old, in with the new. For those of you that are wondering, this is the kit that I got, and this is the kit they recommended for these forks. Fox and Marzocchi are pretty much the same thing. I know Fox owns Marzocchi, so it makes sense as to why these seals would work for a Marzocchi fork. So this fork uses two different types of oils. I'm not sure if it's the same for all Fox forks or all Marzocchi forks. I'm pretty sure it is. We have two different foam rings, so we're gonna soak each foam ring in its own oil. We're gonna use 4 WT and 20 WT gold. On their website, it says to use 5WT, but I don't know what happened with the fact that I couldn't find it. But I googled it and I read on some forums that 4WT will work just fine as a replacement. It says right here, inject 10 cc of Fox 20WT gold into the spring side lower leg, which is this guy. And then it says inject 40 cc of Fox 5WT Teflon infused oil into the damper side lower leg. So this is gonna go on this side. So I just need to get these soaked up, and I'm gonna continue cleaning the lowers as these soak. The 20 is a lot thicker. It's almost like a maple syrup, and the 4WT is more liquidy. I picked up this tool off Amazon to knock in these guys. It's pretty cool because it can do 34, 35, and 36, and 32. One thing I like to do is remove these springs when installing these guys, just because I don't want to damage it. This is what I'm going to be using for the fork seals, Slickoleum. If you noticed as well, when we took off the lower legs, there was a bunch of oil coming out on this side versus this side. So that just tells me that I'm going to be using the 4WT on this side, which is the preload side, and this is the spring side. Just in case you don't really know which side is which, you could just pay attention to how much oil came out on each side, and that'll give you an idea. I also have this syringe that tells you how many cc's you're going to be using. It goes up to 60 cc, but we only need 40 and 10. If you can, it's best to have 2 different syringes for each oil, just so you don't mix them up. If you don't have 2 syringes, I don't know, I guess you could use just one. But for me personally, I'd rather not mix them and just have 2 different syringes for each one. Seals are both in with the spring. There we go. Finished up. So we are doing 10 cc of this guy, and this one's going to be 40. It doesn't seem like a lot that is being used in the fork, but a little goes a long way, I believe. So this kit not only came with the foam rings and the dust seals, but it also came with some washers. These 2 are the old washers, this guy and this guy, and I'm going to be replacing it with this guy and this guy, I believe. Not sure what these 2 are for. I guess maybe spares, but I'm only going to be needing these 2. You guys should probably torque this down, but I'm not. I'm just going to get it snug. You don't want it too tight though. When I was loosening them up, it wasn't that tight. Sweet. The forks are feeling solid. Everything went smooth. I'm happy. Pardon that background noise. It is my washer doing its thing. I haven't done laundry, so we're getting it done. 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm gonna take off dust seal. Give it a nice clean. Alright, so I went through all the bolts. Everything's solid. I tightened the spokes. The last thing I really want to do is add a bit more sealant to my front and rear tire, and then bleed the brakes a bit. The bad thing about doing this is that you get a lot of buildup of the sealant in the tire, and you get like these clumps of sealant that just get stuck in there. That's happened to me before, but I'm too lazy to take out the tire and then reseal it. It's just not worth it in my opinion. I am also replacing the seals on these brakes. This little rubber washer, we're swapping it. I always like to put the lever all the way inwards, and then I like to squeeze it, get all the air bubbles out. I push on the syringe, not too hard. Tap the brake line. Dialed. I am stoked. This thing is ready. Happy with this. This bike is fully dialed. It's ready for Friday, Snow Summit. This bike was running smooth prior to this service, but I wanted to kind of freshen it up. I had never done a lower leg service on a coil fork, but it's not much different than an air fork. I think the difference comes when you start servicing this area of the fork, the actual coil and the actual seals of like an air fork. But in regards to the lowers, pretty straightforward. I know you can service this guy. I don't know how, and to be quite honest with you guys, I've been lazy to do it, but I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into how to service this guy, and then I'm gonna try to do it myself. But it's not feeling bad. I just want to do it as like preventative maintenance to kind of help my shock out. The only time I'm gonna ride this week is Friday at the bike park, and then that Monday I'm gonna leave to Hawaii, so I won't really touch my bikes for about a week. But when I come back from Hawaii, if I do want to go on a ride, I'll have this bike good to go, and then when I have time, I'll handle what I need to handle on the hardtail. But I'm stoked I got this done early in the week. Today's Monday, so I don't have to worry about it. I just need to pack up my camping gear for Friday and I'm good to go. I was nervous because I thought I was gonna have to push all this service closer to Friday, but I had some time today and we took care of it. It's already 11 p.m. I gotta be up early, so that is gonna wrap up this video, but I'll catch you on the next one.